Hello, my friends, and welcome to Sigi Air. Today we have an exciting flight. We're flying from Saskatoon, or as the locals call it, Toon. We're flying to Melfort in Canada. So the reason we're doing this flight is because um, I was just watching one of my favorite travel bloggers, Alina Mcloud, and she was in Melfort, and she was just showing the town. I guess it's city. Excuse me. So it's the small city of Melfort.
I thought Melfort was a town, but apparently it's a city, right?
Yeah, 6,000 people, and they can apply to be a city, I think.
We got some very small cities here in Saskatchewan.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you can live in Melfort. You can live in Saskatoon. There are a lot of people in Saskatoon that go to Melfort for adoption too. So we'll take that flight. It looks like it might be a little bit windy and blustery here in Saskatchewan, and but we'll take the flight and we'll see how it goes. And join me. We'll get the A2A Commanche started, and then you can join me on the runway. All right, my friends, we're getting ready to start the engine here, and I've gone through the pre-flight before engine start checklist, and we selected the fuel tanks, and we're gonna set our mixture to rich. We're gonna crank the throttle open a little bit. We're gonna pull the prop forward, and carb heat is off. Master switch, we're going to turn that on. Great. We're going to turn on the fuel pump over here, and we're going to look for a positive fuel pressure. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Fuel pump off. And then we're going to prime it a couple of strokes, because anything above 40 doesn't need it, but we always prime it a little bit. So I'm just gonna give it one crank, maybe a couple of cranks here. Always good. This engine likes to be primed. All right, so magnetos to both. Get that. Excellent. And now we can go ahead and crank our just make sure that the prop area is cleared, so we don't have any dudes around here, and we'll just call clear prop and hit the starter. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll set this we'll leave it at 1200 here. And we'll tell ATC that we're ready to go.
Saskatoon Tower Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123 ready at runway 09er departure to the east.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123 altimeter 29er decimal niner 21080 at 8. Departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 09er.
Cleared for takeoff runway 09er Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123.
All right. Lined up. Throttle slowly increased. Brakes off. Bit of right rudder. 5, lift off. We'll wait for the landing gear until all of that runway is done. Landing gear.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123, continue for east departure.
And we'll continue for east departure.
Saskatoon Tower, Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123, continue for east departure.
Alright, take a look at our climb checklist here. Takeoff, climb checklist. Fuel pump off at 1,000, we can turn that off. Take a look at Saskatoon over here. Alright. And let's continue our checklist here and prop to 24 and throttle to 24. 24 RPMs. Throttle to 24. Mixture as required. And we'll lean the mixture as we move along here. Takeoff checklist completed. I need to close this window here. Yeah, not a good idea to have it up. That's why it was so loud in here. Alright, so next will be cruise. We don't need that at the moment. We're gonna set our cruise to 5,000. And then we'll just
Saskatoon Tower, Ziggy
move
1123
to
Zulu Alpha 1123, frequency change.
intersect our
Saskatoon approach, Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123, is type pilot
heading,
Commanche 5 miles southeast to Saskatoon, 3,900 feet.
flight plan.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123 Saskatoon approach. Squawk 3476.
Beautiful Saskatoon, Canada, Saskatchewan. And we have to thank Alina Mcloud for giving us this interesting flight.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123.
Our flight track will take us just over the airport. By the time we get there, we'll probably be at 5,000, and we can set our autopilot, and we can talk a little bit about where we going and the SPCS in Melfort. Yeah, just a little bit of a turbulence here. Alright. Is this the Saskatchewan? I'm sorry. Saskatchewan River, or is it the Saskatoon River? I'm not sure. Maybe we can be corrected. Alright, why don't we turn on our autopilot here and make sure it's set for our course. Turn on autopilot. All right. Oh, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we just got some puffy clouds and maybe some low level. That looked like low level fog or maybe low level clouds as we get into Melfort. We'll deal with that when we get there, but that's not gonna stop us from having a discussion about the SPCA in Melfort. Alright, hopefully those levels, volume levels here are not getting in the way of our discussion here. So let's see, let's look at what we need to do first of all is to make sure that we lean our craft here, and we'll bring it down to, let's say, 12 to 13 gallons per hour. Alright, so bring it down to 14 there, and then just a bit. Let's see, let's look at our engine performance here. So that looks pretty on the money. Actually, we don't want them too greens because then this RPM start jumping around and the plane is not. All right, let's check our temperature, make sure that we are comfortable. Just a bit bumpy here, 56. I think that's good. Just, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. All right, let's Ziggy's been bugging me about talking about this Northeast SPCA in Melfort. So we are gonna take a look at it. Here it is, it's their website. And so let's see what they have here. Look at Amethyst. So this is the featured cat. Oh, Ziggy will be happy about this. They are featuring a cat for this month. And let's look at the adoptables. Let's see what they have here for adoptables. All right, so we have Amethyst. So he or she is a 9 point, almost 10 pound, 2-year-old and 8-month domestic shore hair. And let's see. Oh, isn't she a cutie? What do you think, Ziggy? All right, you don't need to get jealous. All right, so let's say Biscuit. Biscuit is a let's say female, 9-month, and she's been spayed, and she's a tabby with an attitude. She has a lot of energy and loves getting pets from her people. Now, let me tell you, when we got Ziggy at the adoption center, you know, she was the cutest and people were looking at her, and it's like, ATC, I hate ATC. Anyway, so she was cute as hell. People were looking at her, but she had this big sign. It's like she has baggage. So she said, you know, the sign says not good, you know, not for, you know, does better with no kids, no other pets. So people were, when they saw the sign, they moved on. But I have to tell you, my wife wanted she said, I want a crazy kitty. I don't want a boring kitty that's gonna, you know, sit there and do nothing and be afraid of people. So we settled on Siggy, and she was wild when we got her. She broke a TV, broke over, several blinds, and yeah, that's you. So, but she is the most adorable cat. She's a lap cat. She just sits on your lap, and when the pandemic hits, that's when we got her. She would just, we were all home working from home, and she would sit on my lap and enjoy my flights on Flight Simulator. And anyway, that's how we got started on this channel. But that's a short story of Siggy. So my point is that there's always a family or a person or persons that are gonna be a match to any pet that is for adoption. So you just have to find it. You have to know what you're looking, what you want and what you want from a pet, and then but there's no need to destroy or to end the life of a beautiful animal when they can be adopted and they can a family can be found for them. So that's the lesson that Siggy gave us. In any event, let's look at what else we have here. Let's go with the dog. So we have a balanced video here. So we have Winnie. Winnie is a female. She's a pit bull terrier, and she's 63 pounds, 2 years and 2 months. She is the sweetest girl, I'm sure of that, with the cutest ear and has so much love to give. But who cannot? I mean, look at that face. Look at that adorable face. Let's see what else we have. Winnie Margot. Margot is a female, 1 year and 7 months. She looks like she is just a great dog here, a pit bull terrier pit bull, and she's spayed and has her vaccines up to date. She loves to walk, loves hugs, playing with tug of war, and she, look at that. She is just adorable. I'm sure she'll find a match here. So we got Delilah here. Look at Delilah. Short hair, domestic, 2 years old. She's very quiet and lovable. So again, you can always find, person or persons that would like an adorable, quiet cat. And it would be just one, because she's not the biggest fan of other cats, so she would be just one cat home, and that's what we have with C, just one cat, and that's great. And then we have over here Oliver. Let's look at Oliver here. Oh, he is, look at that face. Look at, it's such a lovable face. He is an American Pit Bull Terrier. He's 7 months, and he has a very calm demeanor. He works well with other dogs and people of all stages of life. So here is a pet that can be a match with a lot of people, older, younger people with kids and all that. So one thing that they say is that he loves the space. He loves to play and will be a perfect addition to your family, I am sure. So you can take a look at this. Look at this little kitty over here. Look at this adorable kitten, and he is just 2 months old. And look at that face. That's, he is right there. If you're in the Saskatoon Melfort area, go ahead, and if you're looking for a kitten there, this cutie Apollo is right there for you. Yeah, so you can take a look at their fees and applications, and they are all here. You can download for dogs, for cats. You can also, if you want to be a foster family, you can also submit an application for that. Here are the fees for dogs, puppies, adults, and seniors. So, and then these are very, very reasonable. So, they are over there, and they all come in with all these animals come in spayed and vaccinated, and so take a look. Let's see, a happy home. So we have cats that have a happy home. Sally was adopted in March, and she is in love. She's loving her new home in Saskatoon. Like I said, so, if you're in the Saskatoon area, also, go to Melfort. There are all these animals for adoption there. I'm sure that they will be a match for you. And she has a companion. Sally has become a great companion for her senior dog Ellie, and they're friends. Look at that. So they found Sally, who gets along with other pets, and in particular gets along with Ellie. So that's great. So go ahead and take a look at, if you're in the area, take a look at the SPCS. And we want to thank Alina Mcloud for giving us this tip on the adoption center. And if you I'm gonna leave a link to her channel down in the description. If you like to travel, and she's a great travel vlogger, and her channel is one of my favorites. So she is from Canada, but she is from Canada via Ukraine. She moved there when she was young, and she does a lot of she's done a lot of traveling in Ukraine and that area, and also done a lot of Southeast Asia videos. So take a look at that. And so thank you, Alina Mcloud, for this tip. All right, so why don't we're just about halfway into Melfort, so why don't we come back when we're ready for our approach. All right, looks like we are for a straight in approach to runway which is the runway here is runway 8 in Melfort. We gotta lose some speed, and we gotta lose some altitude here. So let's disconnect the autopilot. And bring this baby down. Alright, so let's see how we do, and we may have to circle around. Yeah, we have to circle around because we're still too high there. You can see the airport's in front of us, so let's it'll be nice. We'll just take a circle around Melfort and take a look at the city, and that way will leave us some room here to lose some speed. And I think the altitude we're fine. We'll take a look at the airports right in front of us. Let's configure the our plane for our landing, approach and landing. It's going to bring their mixture to fully rich. We're going to bring our prop all the way up, and we're just going to stabilize it around 120 or so. Right, so we have Melfort to our right over here, the great town, city of Melfort, where you can find your pet. You can adopt the right match for you at the SPCA center there in Melfort. I suppose this is the Melfort Mall over here. Yeah, it's about, according to Alina, it's about 5,000, 6,000 people live in Melfort. So I guess in Canada that will qualify that as a city. Alright, we can follow this road over here. Actually very convenient. Follow this road and then we'll turn into the airport, runway 8. Back there, we'll turn around and make our final approach. Second set of flaps. It's been a pretty uneventful flight. Alright, so we're aiming for 95 miles. Last set of flaps. Nice. Look at that, minus 46. That's just beautiful landing. Alright, so let's turn around over here at the end of the runway and alright, let's make sure that our plane is all cleaned up. And so mixture as desired, just leave it like that so we don't foul our plugs. And we have our fuel pump, it's off. landing lights off. Keep the strode and the rotating beacon. All right, all cleaned up. This looks like a kind of a long taxiway here. For a small airport. This looks like an airstrip. A runway. And you can go fast in here. Looks like we have a marshal over here. Is that for us? I guess. We'll just park next to him. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, don't forget about giving us a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Really appreciate that. And if you would like to make a donation to SPCA Air to support the pet adoption costs, just you can do that. You can join my Patreon account. That will be linked down below. Or you can buy me coffee, and that will be very helpful. On behalf of Siggy and myself, we appreciate your flying with us today, and as always, please remember to fly SPCA Air. So, just no bounces, not even one G in here, and looks like we hit the runway. Well, it's a pretty long runway, so that's, you know, that looks like about a third of the runway. We had plenty of runway in here, so nice landing.